Hey!
Hello, Amy, and we got Troy too.
Yeah!
Wow, I did not even know that was happening. This is
We're
such a
on
blessing.
set. We're finally together for the first time in forever. So I was like, you're staying with me all the time.
I feel honored. What's up, guys? I'm Jordan from
Hi,
93X
Jordan.
in Minneapolis. What's popping? That's a dumb question. A lot's popping. It's album release day.
Yeah, and we're in your town filming our music video.
That's incredible. Where are you guys at right now?
I can't tell you that. I don't want you coming down here, but we're in Minneapolis.
I was gonna bring you some food. My wife rolls some great sushi. I was gonna deliver.
All right, I'll tell you after we get off this thing.
Okay. Sounds good. The Bitter Truth. It's out. The first album of original, right, music from Evanescence in a decade. How does it feel? What's going through your guys' head?
Feels awesome.
Feels great. Good to have it out there finally.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. This is a lot of music. A lot of it's been written like over the course of a long time. It feels like a great release to have it be released.
And it sounds great too. Just upon the initial listen this morning, it was orchestral, it was electronic. I felt like I was listening to like a movie soundtrack. It was a journey. It was fully immersive. So you guys absolutely crushed it. Like you said, it was a long time coming. It feels well earned. What sparked the Evanescence creative journey with this album? What brought you back to this point of releasing a new record?
It's hard to define. I feel like we've been on a path for a while of like blending like shows and ways to be creative in different ways. We did our whole, orchestral and electronic thing in 2017. We were touring that with a live orchestra for a while. And honestly, we loved it. It was awesome. Bucket list for me. But it really made us want to get back to like rocking like we rock. So I don't know, we really let the chains off, let the pendulum swing the other direction for the writing process and for the recording process, and especially everything that's been going on the past couple of years. Just there's a lot of big angry feelings to get out in music, so it's been awesome to have that outlet for that.
For sure. And the blend of the rock and these orchestral and electronic elements that you learn from synthesis, it's just a flawless merging of all that. And I feel like I'm totally standing right now, but the album really hit. So, and it's fresh in my brain.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you guys went for it. What I think we're circling this question, but what was the biggest point of growth for you guys as a band, as writers, as producers? What was your biggest evolution, or what are you most proud of in that regard?
Like on this chapter here now, or you mean over the course of our lives?
Oh, let's say
that's a much bigger question.
No, that's like a Joe Rogan 4-hour podcast thing. Let's keep it to a small Jordan 93X answer here.
Size. What do you think? You have an answer for that? That's tough.
Yeah, that's I mean, I can't think of a major turning point, of doing something super different all of a sudden. It's always changing. Our views, on music, the type of music we listen to, it's always evolving. So
it was cool. We went into the studio in January of last year with Nick Raskulinix, our producer that did the whole thing, without the album fully written, just with a handful of songs. And, the original plan was to go and record 2, and things were going so great. It turned into 4. And I think in that moment with the pre-production and getting it all together and really finalizing a few songs, we got like this window of what we were doing, like what the album was sort of setting out towards, and what our vibe was like with Nick, and just this, okay, this is what we're doing. Let's do this now. And then right after that, COVID hit, everything got a little more complicated, lockdown. But I mean, we just took that time to totally focus on making the album, like writing the rest of the songs, like just using the fire and energy. Hey, there's Will. Hi.
Will.
Duh.
Hey, Will, how you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
We're on the radio.
Yeah. Are you enjoying our city?
So don't say bad words.
You can say bad words. Can you say bad words?
We can edit it out. It's all good.
1, 2, 3.
So you started in January. You guys started, recording, like you said. So, but then March hits, everything changes. So the majority of this record was conceived in lockdown apart, correct? You guys didn't spend much time in the studio together, bouncing ideas off, right?
Well, not exactly. Are you about to go on set?
Yeah.
Okay. Say bye to Will.
Okay. Bye, Will. Sorry for hitting you with that question.
Sorry.
And
We actually got back together in the end of July to like,
okay.
We all took COVID tests. We sent tour buses to both coasts, brought the guys together. Jen has had to work remotely the whole time from Germany, sending her parts. But the rest of us got together and had like really creative time. We even wrote a couple of new songs at the end there last fall, at the end, of all that. And just stayed, in Nick's place, bubbled up, creating the whole thing. So more of it came out of even getting to be back together again, which was awesome.
There's been a lot of discussion around that, how people have been getting into hobbies, whether it be baking bread, like we saw in June, or, getting back to their creative roots. Why do you think the shutdown sparked so much within people, whether it be Evanescence or otherwise?
I think it's two things. One is like just straight up boredom, like being stuck, like with nothing else to do. And like, okay, I don't want to just like sleep through life. Like I want to make something, even if it's like bread, or like improve some skill, like work on an instrument that you haven't played in years or whatever it is. We've seen people all over the world doing that. It's been a really cool time, I think, for artistic inspiration. But beyond that, it's been an emotional time. It's been a time of uprising and frustration and fears and anxiety about like what's next, like what's coming, when is this going to end, all of that. So instead of just holding those things inside, at least for me, like we needed to get that out. And I feel really lucky to have this be my job that I'm actually kind of supposed to be doing, because that is what I would want to be doing, is pouring that into something and turning it into something good and making it feel like something good came out of this. Something good came out of this horrible time, instead of it just being this year that I'd like to pretend never happened.
Two things with that, with the creative outlets of being locked inside. I'm a little bit bummed that you guys are working on a record during this time, because I wanted Troy on TikTok doing some of the dances and really expressing himself that way, like really getting moving. You think you got that in you?
Now?
TikTok?
Yeah.
I don't have a TikTok account, actually.
We have a band one. We're getting into it a little more. We have a funny idea that we're working on.
I cannot wait to see it. I think I'm with you. I held out on it for as long as I could, but now I love it. My feed is all Star Wars and like personal finance videos. Don't sleep on TikTok. It's phenomenal.
No, there is no sleeping. It's just laying there scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling.
Well played. And then you hit on, the main idea of this album, resilience, overcoming. Evanescence has had their share of challenges to overcome, while simultaneously, while you hit on this, the creation of this album was made in 2020, overcoming once in a century circumstances. How much of that theme of the bitter truth is rooted in your guys' own personal experiences versus speaking to the world, or is that difference indistinguishable?
It's got to be both. For me, like it's got to come from my perspective. If like I got to sing from my heart, like what I know, like what I'm going through. But that in so many ways in this time has felt like something that I'm not alone in. Feelings of loss, feelings of like just the rage against, like just there's a lot of things where I feel like I have something to say and it might actually speak to somebody else feeling the same way, because we're all going through something together. So it's totally both. Yeah.
And when you hit on the themes of like, we're talking about tackling misogyny or racial inequality, do you ever get concerned that there'll be some people that just shut you guys down, that, oh, no way, I'm not going to hear that? Is that a concern, or is that secondary?
You can't have that be a concern when it's about something that's right. Yeah. When it's something that's right or wrong, if I wasn't putting my like belief that we must be all equal above want to be popular with our fans, then I would hate myself as a person. Some things are just more important than that. And it is, and we have people that are, we want to unify. We want to spread love. We want to spread light and truth. And that's it. We're not about hating on stuff. So hopefully people can hear that and don't want to shut their ears to that noise. But if they do, that's okay. They don't have to listen.
Well, I hope they do open their heart to that. And two, I hope they do listen, because it's a great album. And I love that intentionality. And I love that knowing yourself, not being scared. I feel like so many people are, at least maybe not artists, because you guys are predisposed to put yourself out there, but a lot of people are scared to to speak those truths. So I'm glad you guys have that outlet to perhaps inspire to help other people become resilient and turn on
Yeah.
that part of their soul and their heart.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's cool. Thanks.
In this modern era, you guys can easily throw out single after single just on streaming service. Like you said, we went to record 2 songs and 4 songs, and now it's a full album. It's much easier just to throw out singles than making this big, lovely, sonic and thematic cohesive work. Why did you guys do it the hard way? Why did you go back to doing it the old-fashioned, difficult way?
Well, we're in a rock band and we got standards. We got something to live up to, especially after not coming out with stuff for so long. Like, our fans expect that of us. And so do I. The intros and the segues and the journey and the arc of a record, that's important to us. We grew up listening to music that way and loving albums. Dark Side of the Moon. I mean, it's important, I think, that you can write songs that are great by themselves. But I think it's also important for us in the type of band that we're in to also be able to give a full book, not just a chapter. And it feels good because our music is pretty diverse. So to have a whole album lets it feel like each song doesn't have to be trying to pack in our entire identity into one. It's really hard to do that. So this allows for some separation and some different, colors and different moments on the album.
And the transitions between songs, like between track 1 and track 2, just the seamless swoop. Now we're in another song. Oh, it's so cool.
Thank you.
It's like a single shot
Thanks for listening.
movie. Oh, I'm not coming in. I'm never coming in blind with you guys or
Love
anyone, but it truly is a dynamic listen. And I hope people spend time with the entire record, not just the singles.
Me too.
As we wrap up here, I want you guys to go enjoy our city and have some fun on this lovely March day, which don't come around very often.
Have you been outside?
Yeah.
Okay. We've been working our butts off, man.
Oh,
This
yeah.
thing's going to be awesome.
I can't wait to see it.
But we're all indoor.
I haven't been outside either, so perhaps we can all get some fresh air.
I feel you.
and
There's no
loosen up a
windows
little
in
bit.
here. Yeah.
At this point in your guys' career, you're revered and loved by fans and critics alike. You got awards. You've done it all, and if you haven't, you nearly have. So, what is the Evanescence goal? How do you define success at this point in your career, where everything has been accomplished almost?
I feel like that's just got to be about the art itself. We want to make something fantastic. We want to make something that we love. We want to make something we can go out and play live and have our fans love and live in. I want to make something honest and true that I can be proud of forever. That's success.
Boom. And with that, the bow tie is on the interview.
There you
Amy
go.
and Troy, thank you so much for the time. Congrats on the record.
Time. Take care.
Let me know where you're at. And the sushi from my wife and I are coming. Actually, we don't have the materials. I'm lying. I'm lying.
Okay. All right. I'll call you right back.
Guys, have a great night. I'll talk to you later. Okay.
You too. See you, Jordan.
See ya.